But working tomorrow night, and man, we never miss called, of course, that is Adam Cook. Joins us, the junior from Exeter High School. And, of course, he's done a lot of great work with us and continues to do so. And tonight, he stayed home, and he watched Exeter and Conrad Weiser. The boys' action, a big win for Exeter, 79-62. And it's got some ramifications, doesn't it, Adam?
It does. Exeter is officially in the playoffs, and they have clinched Berks 2 over Conrad Weiser. They are now 10-9 and 6-3 in the division. The Scouts fall to 10-8 and 3-6 in the division. So it's a big one, and Exeter really had a statement in this game.
Talk to me about the slow start for Exeter. They were trailing 13-2 to start. Why the slow start, and what happened?
I mean, Conrad Weiser got on the board early, and they got on the board big. It was 10-0 originally, and then the biggest lead of the night for the Scouts was that 11-point lead, 13-2. And the Scouts were just hitting the shots. They got through the Eagles' defense, and Exeter just was not getting the rebounds they needed, and the Scouts were taking advantage of that. Guys like Evan Miller, Donovan Gingrich were getting those buckets, and Exeter was not falling. Those shots were not falling for Exeter, but then they started getting in their groove, feeling it. And if you can recall the last game between the two teams, Exeter had a last-second comeback in the fourth quarter to win 55-53 on Carter Redding's layup. But this time it did not take 4 quarters to get it done. Their offense exploded. Aiden Daubel had 20. That's just a few points over his average this year. He's, I believe, 8th in the county. Murray had 17 points, including, I believe, 5 threes. So really good night for him, showing, again, how good he is in the field. And they came alive, scored almost 80 points for the second time this season.
And, Adam, Exeter had a slow start to the season as far as their record is concerned. I know they had a very difficult out-of-league schedule. But do you feel like the Eagles are finding their footing here with about a week to go before the postseason starts?
And, Ad, before you answer, I just want to chime in. This team in the month of January is 5-5. So finding the groove and that sort of thing, where would you place them as they, just to reiterate what he said, Matt said, where would you put them as they get ready for the postseason?
Now, I kind of an off-topic stat, but they are 4-6 at home, so I think that's interesting to see how they're not doing as well at home, but they're doing well on the road, and we saw that at Weiser with that comeback, and then, of course, that huge upset against Berks Catholic. So I think there's a lot of talent on this team, especially like the top 4 guys. Murray's a great shooter. Daubel's an all-around star. Ware does a lot of great stuff, especially on defense. And I think even though they're hovering around 500 and have been this entire season, and they're likely going to be on the road to start this county playoff, I think this is still a very good team, and they're looking to do some damage. Even though you saw last year, first-round exit to Wilson in the county, but then still made it to the state playoff.
So they've got Reading, who's going to be angry after tonight. They've got Manheim Township playing a little bit above 500 themselves in the non-league. Then they've got Twin Valley. So you've got a test in Reading coming up. So I guess that's what you're going to look at that game and go, okay, how do we do here as to what to expect in the postseason? Is that a fair assessment?
I agree for sure. I think that's kind of a good gauge of how some of these Berks teams are playing and especially what they should be expecting in this first round. Because I think if they can get hot to start this tournament, then they might be able to go on a little bit of a run. And I think Reading's going to be a good test. They've been playing some great basketball lately, even though, of course, they just lost to Berks Catholic by a few points. They are playing tough. They're playing strong. They're getting in their groove, even with the loss of some of their top scorers.
All right, buddy. Good job tonight. We will see you later on in the week. Exeter, after a slow start, beats Conrad Weiser 79-62 and division-clinching win, correct?
Correct.
All right, buddy. Go enjoy it with your buddies, and we'll talk to you later in the week.
Have a good one, Jeff.
Thanks, pal.
Thank you.